All right. All right. So first off, we'll start like this. Whoops.
Let me turn mine off too.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
There you go.
All right. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to start in this stretch here. So basically bottoms of the feet together and we hold our ankles. And we sit really, really tall from the base of your spine to the top of your head. So we've got a nice, really tall posture. And we're going to go into what's called a forward fold. So you're trying to keep a straight back, but you're going to go forward on an angle. You're going to pull up on your ankles and your elbows are going to move down towards your knees and putting a little bit of pressure just on the knees to go downwards towards the floor. We want the knees to move towards the floor in a stretch. Good. And hold and keep breathing and stay long through the top of your head from the base of your spine. And slowly move to straight. Going to twist over to one side and hold that stretch there. And come through center and twist over to the other side, staying long and tall. And come through center, grabbing the ankles again. And now we're going to bring the knees up and in and stretch down and out. And they might not come all the way. So even if you bring them up this much and then pull them out and down again, yeah, like that. And then slowly fold forward by pulling up on your ankles and down in the elbows, like that. Forward fold.
I can do it if I bend my back.
You what?
I can do it if I round out, but not.
No, it's just a straight. You really want to just go down on a diagonal like this with your body, over those knees. You don't want to round in your spine at all. And you're pressing the elbows towards those knees and letting them come down. Good. Now we're going to come up to straight.
If I can lever my legs down.
Yeah, well, the thing is the hardest part is just putting pressure on it, like with your own body weight. Or even doing that with my hands. You do that and press the hands towards the knees and just hold and lean slightly forward so that you're putting pressure on your hands to push the knees down towards the floor.
If I put my arms out like this, I can't lean forward.
Okay, go a little lower on your calves.
Yeah.
And press right there on the calves so it's not as high as on the knees. Or like I said, just rest the elbows like a chicken wings on your knees like that. That's it. And just rest forwards towards them. Good. Now, if you've got yourself in a position and you're slightly forward, what you're going to try and do is stay there and stretch those legs out between your hands. Can you try and do that? And it might be scooching, which is fine. And stretch them out. Good. And once you get there, bend the knees and pull them back in. Even if you have to do one at a time. See if you can bring your own muscles of your legs into yourself. That's it. Yep. And then forward fold. And just rest and lean your chest towards your feet and still staying with a flat back. Good, now come straight. We're going to try this. You can rest your hands behind your knees on the floor if you have to, or out to the side like this. But I want you to bring the knees in
trouble just sitting straight with my legs out like this.
Yes. Yeah, you'll probably feel like you're leaning back slightly. And stretch out. And bring them in. And fold them open. Wherever's comfortable, that's it. And they might not, those feet won't be as tucked in as you had them in the beginning, which is fine. If their feet are more out from you, that's okay too. And I'm going to do it again. In and down and up and open. Good. And in, even if you're leaning back slightly, that's fine. We're just working the legs in the hip sockets. And up and open. Good. Now, I'm going to try something. Can you bring one foot to rest on top of the other leg? Like a yoga? Just half lotus. There you go. Just one on top of the other. So now what I want you to do is really sit tall in your spine from your lower tailbone to the top of your head. And this one leg is going to feel higher, of course, than the other. The other one's sort of flat on the floor. And sitting tall and holding that position. Now if you can, just take your body over to one side and just look and stretch to one direction. You can place the opposite hand on the floor behind you. And then come to center. Change and twist to the other direction. That's it. And just hold the stretch and breathe. And hold. And come to center again. That's it. And now, if you get your hands, fingertips towards the floor, or even in front of you like this, just slightly fold forward and hang there for a second. And then come up to straight with your body, and we're going to switch legs. So we're going to put the other one on top. And you don't have to be too tight towards you. It's just one foot on top of the other. And you're just wanting to sit tall with your spine on top of that. Even if you're leaning slightly back, that's okay. You just got to try and rock yourself forward slowly. Reach your fingertips to the floor in front. And still stay tall as you can, of course, in your spine. And then coming up to be straight in the middle, twist over to one direction. Hold that. Come to center. And twist over to the other direction. Hold that stretch. And come to center. And undo your legs. Woo! How's that feel? And stretch them out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. That's it.
It's also in like my mid back too.
Yes. You feel that's do you feel it pulling?
Yeah, I feel it. Now it's like tight in my mid back.
Yeah. Okay. Now, get your TheraBand while we have our legs out in front of us. Or your strap. And you want to have your feet apart so that they're coming just straight out from the hips. And you can flex your toes back to your nose so the feet are flexed up. And then, thinking again, tall at the top of your head, you're going to go forward on a diagonal with your chest reaching towards your thighs. So you're going to forward fold and lengthen your back so you've got a long straight back. But you're trying to get your lower rib cage towards your thigh. And then come and straighten it out. Good. Now we're going to bend the knees slightly. Bend them up towards your chest. Now keep them bent, and slightly forward fold with a straight back. So you're trying to get your chest on your thighs, or your lowest ribs on your thighs, and hold. And come straight with the body. That's it. And pull yourself forward again. Lengthen forward. Now as you're there, stretch your legs out in front of you, if you can. But keep the body in the same position. So it's just the legs that moved. And then straighten the body to release. Lean back on a diagonal, kind of like you're holding horses. Stretch back, and then come into center. Good. Flex and bend the knees into your body, but just stay tall with your spine. And stretch out. Good. And bend, flexing in, and stretch out. 2. And then slowly go forwards like you're going to grab your ankles. You're still pulling. I'm kind of pulling on the band, but I'm also moving forwards. I'm allowing the band to pull me towards my legs. And straight. Good. Now, if you take the band off, we're going to roll our legs into turnout. So you're going to have your feet like this. Right? Yeah. And your calves are looking at each other, but you're just sitting tall. And then bring them into straight. So we go turn them out and in. And now pull your toes back to your nose so your feet are very flat and flexed, straight up like that. Atta girl. Good. And turn them out. Point them down. Flex them. And bring them in. So at the same time, we're going to be working the feet as well as the legs inside the hip sockets. Turn them out.
Trying to make sure I'm turning here and not the knee.
That's right. Well, you can always tell if you're turning out is from your calves. The more that the bump of the two calves are looking at each other, the better your turnout is. And it means that you're turning out from the tops of your legs too when you do that. And even the knees will move to the side. Then bring them in. Point down. Flex up. Turn them out. Point down. In, turn out. Yep. And flex out. And bring them up. Point them down. And flex. Turn them out. And point. And flex, turn it in, down, up, out, point, flex, in, atta girl, down, up, out, point, flat, in. Good. Now in the flex position, I just want you to squish your toes. Just your toes, but really make your feet flexed. So you're pushing your heels towards the wall in front of you, and you're just squishing your toes like fingers, like this. Squish, 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 squish. And this makes the arches in the underside of our foot in the center strong. Just moving the toes and flexing the feet out. Sometimes they might cramp, that's normal. And that's normal, that can happen.
Oh, hey, that reminded me.
What's
Can you
that?
hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we were talking about my shoulder being off on timing and stuff, and then my foot here just is a little, it reminded me because it's kind of hesitant from the right. It's a little, doesn't go as far.
Low, yeah.
My dog to come in, And so I was knocking with my knuckles, like the first two knuckles on my hand on the window.
Yeah.
And when I did the left side versus the right side does it normally, like fast rap, rap, rap. This doesn't have coordination.
Oh, wow.
Just to tap on a window.
Just to go knock, knock, knock like that.
Yeah, let me see if I can get up close. So you know, like if you're doing like one knuckle, the other knuckle, the other knuckle. So like a.
When you're alternating. Okay.
I can't do it with this hand. It doesn't have the same coordination or timing.
Or timing or fastness too.
Yeah, because my finger doesn't just go out, like the knuckle doesn't just come out, the finger comes out, like, and it won't go as fast.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So I think it's the same. It's just weird. I just thought.
It's that whole left side of your body that, and there's the nerves aren't activating as quick. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Okay, before we leave this position, this is a good shoulder stretch now. We have to be very sensitive towards your left side. So let's do the left side first. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your hand up like a karate chop, like this, okay, in front of your face. And you're going to take the other hand, okay, and you're going to try, and all you do is flip the top hand is going to flip inwards, and you're going to try and you're trying to get the two palms to touch together. And then I want you to lift the elbows towards your shoulders so they're coming straight out from your shoulders. Oh, see? Okay, so do it with ease, meaning that you're probably not going to pull on it that much. So just take your hand underneath the elbow, even like this. Okay, yeah. And just give it a squeeze, like you're giving it a hug. But what I want you to do is try and keep the hands away from your face. So the hands are pushing outwards in front of you. And your elbows, you're just going to try and lift them a little bit, but keep your shoulders down. Relax the shoulders down, that's it. And then undo that. Rest it out. Yeah, and now we're going to do the other side just to balance it out. So you've got the other hand in a karate chop. You're reaching this one underneath. You're raising the elbows a little bit higher if you can, and keeping the hands away from the face. And just
facing each other?
Well, if I were to do it technically correct, I would try and get the palms to face each other, like they were clapping like this.
Okay.
Okay? But not everybody can do this, so you got to take it in stages. And just hold the elbows up and keep your shoulders pressing down and lengthen through your back. Stay tall, and if it's too much, just let it go.
So that's supposed to be in the back of the neck here? Like the
It
cramps?
can be in the back of the neck. It can be in the upper shoulder blades and lower shoulder blades back in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can feel it on the outside of the arms here. Here. Yeah. So it's kind of like taking one elbow and just pulling it across without turning your shoulders, keeping your shoulders straight. So that's another one. You make a fist with your kind of like you're showing your muscle off. Bring it in front of your face. Take the opposite hand. And then don't move your shoulders, just pull the arm across your body to the opposite direction. That's it. And then let that go. And then take the other fist, kind of like you're showing your muscle at the side, put it in front of your face and pull the elbow across the body, but don't move the shoulders. And just lightly, especially on the side that's the tough one. Okay? And stay tall through your back at the same time. Yes, good. All right. Okay, let's lay on our back. Okay, so we're going to put one foot in the strap in a flex position, and the knee is bent into your chest. That's it, yep.
I was just grabbing my hamstring notes.
The band is a little bit easier. So you flex the foot, the toes are pulling back to your nose, the knee is bent, and we're going to stretch the leg straight, even if it's out it's out on a diagonal, that's fine. Straighten that leg and then bend it into the chest. Good. Now, you're going to turn your knee to the side wall away from you, turn it out, and bring it back in, and stretch it up straight. Good. So we're going to bend it, knee turned out, knee into the chest in, and stretch it, and bend it, turn the knee out, turn the knee in to be straight, and stretch. Good. Now, while it's up in the air, just turn the leg in the hip socket to turn it out and straight. And turn it out and straighten it. And turn it out and straight. One more. Turn it out and straight. Take the knee into a bend. Take the knee and rotate it into turning out so the foot looks at you but the knee's at the side wall. Bring it in front of the chest again. Stretch it out. And slowly take it down and out to the floor in front of you. And bring the foot in to switch feet. Now you're going to take the opposite foot into the band. And bend it into the chest in a flex position. That's it. Good. Now you're going to stretch it up to the sky as much as you can and bend it into the chest. And push it up to the sky, stretch it, bend it into the chest. Stretch it up to the sky, push the heel out, and bend it into the chest slightly. And stretch it out and bend it in. Good. Now take that knee and turn it out. So the knee's to the side wall, the foot is to the opposite wall. Take it and turn it in again in front of your chest. And stretch it out to the ceiling. Bend it in. Turn the knee out. Turn it in. Stretch it up. Bend it in. Turn it out. Turn it in. Stretch it up. Bend it in. Turn it out. Turn it in. Stretch it up. One more time. Bend. Rotate, turn out. Turn it in. Stretch that heel up. And slowly stretch it out to the floor, straight to the wall in front of you, down. And then bend the knee and bring it in. Now you can rest your strap to the side. And we're going to take the opposite leg and bend it up and so that the foot's on your opposite knee. So it's like you're cross-legged but lying on the floor, yeah. Yeah, so what you're doing is you want to lay the knee down so it's working towards the wall in front of you. And then you can take your strap or your hands on the thigh and bring it up towards your chest. That's it. And just lift it. Keep pressing the knee, that is up on the knee, up on the leg towards the wall in front of you. Lay it down. And hold. Woo, good. Rest it back down to the floor. And while it's on the floor, let the knee fall again towards the wall in front of you. So it's more like the line of your leg from your knee to your foot is straight across. That's it. I'm going to take that leg off, rest it on the floor, and reverse the legs. There you go. Now let the knee rest there for a second before you grab the thigh. Keep the knee pushing down and forward to the wall in front of you. Then you're going to take that inner thigh of the opposite leg and pull it up to your chest. And hold. If it's cramping, let it out.
It's just tight, really tight.
You're just tight?
Yeah.
Breathe into that tightness. Just focus on trying to release the muscles and stretch them out. And keep pressing that opposite knee towards the wall in front of you. Then let it out towards the ground, resting the foot back down. The knee that's on the top of the leg, keep pressing it towards the wall in front of you. And then bring it down to the floor. Now because that one leg is tight, whether you can use your hands or you can use your band, just bring one knee up towards the chest. Yeah. And even if you can put your hands on top of your knee, keeping the hips on the floor, squeeze that leg into your chest. Really hug it in. Pull it into your chest. Good. Take that hand, put it on top of the knee and push it into your chest more. Squeeze like you're giving it a big hug. That's it. And then let that go to the floor.
Maybe if I can pull better this way.
Oh, that's a good way. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe take both hands and pull it in. Okay, let's try the other leg now.
Yeah.
Really, really hug it into your chest. So you feel underneath. You must feel that stretch in your glute then there, eh?
I don't feel this one so much on this side at all.
That's your right leg, that's why.
Yeah.
The good leg.
This one's doing okay. For that, no stretch. On the other one, it was tight too, though.
Yeah. Good. Rest that down to the floor. Good. You can stretch both legs out and lengthen them. And just reach them out towards the wall.
Trying to get my back down.
Yeah, and even if you could get both legs, like both knees up and into your chest like that, and kind of tuck your head in, round like a ball, that can stretch out as well too. Yeah, like that, and then grab the band and pull it towards your chest, yeah. And tuck and tighten. Yeah. And rest it down to the floor. Good, good, good. All right, take it easy coming up. And I shall stop the recording. Perfect.